Hey guys, it's David and Gai. You're listening to another episode of Kafe with David and Gai.
Hey there, it's Guy. He stole my line, but whatever.
We just got back from beautiful Grenada. We're back in Barbados.
And it's also beautiful here.
And it's also beautiful in Barbados. They're different though.
Oh my goodness,
they're really different.
Completely different, but they're both very beautiful in their own way.
Yeah, so. Grenada's mountainous and
super mountainous,
full of spices and nutmeg.
And it's just a very
mangoes.
Fertile island. It's just crazy. We outside of our room there were like 2 or 3 mango trees.
Maybe 5.
We'd walk around and there were just fresh, delicious, ripe mangoes on the floor for the taking every single morning, guys. And I didn't have to pay for it.
One day, Guyana collected 17 of them. And people were asking, you did not, or they said, you did not finish all those. And we weren't able to finish all those mangoes.
Yeah, no, they were right. We weren't able to finish them. But they were so delicious, guys. Oh, my gosh.
You could hear one fall, every couple of seconds.
And it was like, oh, yep, that's a mango falling. And it's not out of Whole Foods.
Yeah,
it's right here.
It's true.
in front of my room.
Take it, because if you don't, it's going to go to waste,
So, yeah,
it's
definitely.
Really cool, because the Grenadians say if you just throw seeds on the ground,
It'll grow. And I believe it, because the land, the soil, everything is just super fertile. I love that some parts of Grenada reminded me of Haiti, and then oddly other parts, or this one specific part in St. George's, reminded me of of Italy's Amalfi Coast.
Really?
It was gorgeous. Don't you remember when you're looking into into the dock, and then you see all the different colors of the houses? Yeah,
definitely.
It just reminded me.
It did look like Italy, looked like the Mediterranean.
Yeah, but it's specifically the Amalfi Coast, where you saw the different colors of the houses.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking more like Split and Croatia and Montenegro, because that's. Remember when we were in Kotor?
Yeah, but that was a different part of it. You're right. So see, that's the cool thing about Grenada.
Yeah.
It borrows all these different parts of different cultures, and then you have this beautiful island.
Sure. Well, that's what happens when the island was first, supposedly found by the French and then the British, and they bring all their cultures. And
then you got the Spanish in there. So, yeah, I know you're right. It's definitely, you can see the imprint of all the different cultures there.
What I love about the island, too, is that when you go on the east side, you can see the sand is completely black because of the volcanic soil. All these islands were created by volcanoes, with the exception of Barbados. And on the west side, it's all white sand. And there's one point, our tour guide told us that at one point, the black sand and the white sand meet in a straight line. Yeah, it's really, really cool.
So, essentially, if Grenada's not on your bucket list, put it on there.
Add it on there. You'll find that very few tourists go there, and there's a lot to do.
It's a hidden gem, for sure.
It's definitely a hidden gem. But today, we're actually sipping on a great cup of Kea. If you haven't checked out Kea, you need to do so.
It's great. So this morning, funny story. Okay, let's be real. It's not a funny story, but aside.
I think it's an interesting
note stop.
to make.
Hashtag husband trying to help. All right. Thanks, babe. So this morning, after a meeting, so I left my coffee on my desk, and when I came back after a meeting, it had definitely been more than 30 minutes. And I tasted the coffee, and although it was cold, it was still good.
They say that if you can taste it, if you have a cup of coffee after it's been brewed and it's now cold and it still tastes good, it's definitely a good cup of coffee. So
quality.
Quality, definitely. If you haven't had Kea, it's fruity and nutty, and you can check it out now at davidkafe.com.
Wow, that was a shameless plug.
Come on.
Yeah, okay, go get it, guys. I mean, I'm getting it. I drink it every day. So, anyway, we are nearing our 1-year anniversary in Barbados, and also the 1-year anniversary
of Davila Kafe.
So we're pretty excited. It's been really cool to walk with you in this journey.
It's been really cool to move to Barbados, to be here with you. The beautiful thing about being a family where Guyana does diplomacy and I do coffee. We get to do these two things together.
So it's a really kind of a cool marriage of our careers. That's been cool.
And when I think about Davila Kafe has been a baby to me. While I'm not a dad and we're not parents,
I've never been woken up in the middle of the night by a screaming baby.
No, but sometimes it's like, oh shoot, does the website say this? I gotta add that. That's the reality of having a business. And I think if you've never started a business and you're thinking about doing it, definitely count the cost. Think about, what is it going to take? Who am I trying to reach? What are the margins? Where do I want to grow? Know all these things. Do your research. Don't think that if you start a business within the next 12 months, unless you're well connected and have really good investors, and if you do, that's awesome. Definitely do it. But know that there are different routes to take, and starting a business will look different for every person. But don't get frustrated in the short term of things.
That's excellent, and I think that's just true in life too. Mm-hmm. That's like, I mean, I guess I'm not an entrepreneur, but I can still apply that to to my career, and that you have to really kind of stick at it, keep with it, keep on working, and really have a clear-eyed view of what it is that you'd like to achieve. Mm-hmm. So that's good. So we are actually focusing on slightly, I guess it's perhaps a different topic.
We are.
For the rest of the episode. Just wanted to share a couple of points on what we like to call the secret sauce.
I like to call it the secret salsa.
So, yeah, I like that.
Because salsa.
It's kind of spicy. So, yeah. So, we were talking. And when we were back in Dhaka, Bangladesh, we had a conversation about, having a secret sauce. And it came out of something that someone wrote. And it just kind of stuck with us. Mm-hmm. So, in terms of having a secret sauce, I guess just to think about it, the idea is that it's really important that you take your time to really know what value you bring to the table, what value you bring to a team or to a corporation or even to an organization. And once you understand what that value added is, like what your secret sauce is, take the time to cultivate it. That's really kind of one of the things that David and I agreed to really focus on, is to making sure that we're cultivating our secret sauce.
Yeah, go into the weeds of it. Pull out your toolbox of skills, and when you see what you have in there, don't take it for granted, the skills that you have, but basically say, hey, this is what I'm good at, but I'm going to get better at it.
I can get better at it, mm-hmm. And yeah. Sorry, I'm interrupting you.
So work at the different skills that you have, perfect them, grow them, and make them better.
Yeah, definitely.
Another thing to keep in mind is, what are your values and how do you display them? For me, one of my values is community. We have a company, David and Kafe. David and Kafe is all about community because we do life together. That's what we believe. Also, service, hospitality. I love the fact that when I'm able to bring somebody to a pop-up shop, or they come to one of our pop-up shops, they're able to connect right away and feel welcomed. That's a value that you want to have highlighted and make it come alive. Respect is huge. Make sure that you're respecting other people, that you're welcoming them regardless of the background that they come from, or the traditions or the norms that they adhere to. Be sure to welcome people and be respectful of their differences, and be courageous. That's another value that we should all work on cultivating and creating. Courage is a big thing. Maybe there are conversations you don't want to have, but you need to have them. Don't deviate or try to avoid them, because chances are they're going to make you better as an individual, and they're going to help other individuals come alongside you.
Definitely. And for me, I'd say integrity is huge, like as a value. Personally, and the reason for that is because I want to make sure that in my work, my personal life, whatever it is that I'm doing, that people know that they can actually trust me, and that whatever it is that I promise, I'm going to be able to actually meet that promise, to deliver. And I take that very seriously professionally in my professional life. So that's huge. And authenticity is something that I very much value. Particularly being in the foreign service, I think it's so important to be. If you have to constantly put on different masks, sooner or later that mask is gonna fall. A friend of mine said that to me before. Like, we were just talking about the importance of being authentic. And I remember her just saying, if people have to put on these different masks all the time, sooner or later someone's gonna see you without your mask on, and how is that going to look?
Right.
And I love that visual, because for me, authenticity is huge. I want to know that whether I'm in front of a room full of people or I'm all by myself, that I'm going to be an authentic person. And so that's something that I value. And something else that I really value is just dedication. Like that's an important value to me, is being dedicated, and is knowing that once I commit to something, that I'm going to stick to it, and I'm not going to let go of that kind of stick to itness.
Yeah.
That is so important to it. to long-term success, right? Not just like that overnight microwave.
Right.
Let's get rich right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous. No, you got to be committed, and you got to work at whatever it is that you're
Rome wasn't
committed
built
to.
in a day. You're going to have to work towards it. And going back to what you said about authenticity, I think that when we are authentic, people see that, they appreciate it, and I think other individuals are going to open up to you and say, hey, you did this one thing, or I saw that you said this. Can we talk about it?
Yeah, and I think the other side to that, quite honestly, is that when you're authentic and someone doesn't like you, that's awesome. That's okay, too.
You know right away where you stand.
Yeah. So, I mean, and again, I guess it's going to that likability culture. Quite frankly, if you're a respectable human being and you're kind, you're courteous, and you're good at what you do, you don't need to be best friends with everyone. No. And I think that in some ways our culture kind of teaches us, you got to be best friends with everyone. And I don't buy that. I think that that's really unfortunate, because you end up trying to be this person that you're not, to fit into every single person's box of being the right kind of friend. Yep. So anyway, just relieve yourself. If you are adhering to that idea, please relieve yourself of that pressure, because it's so unnecessary.
Definitely. And finally, share your sauce with others. Share your gifts. It's all about reach. You were blessed with those gifts. You have these awesome attributes that only like you have in a specific way. They're related to your story. It's part of your DNA. Share with other individuals. That's why you're here. People want to see it. And if you just keep your sauce to yourself, you're not benefiting yourself or the world around you.
Exactly. That's huge, right? And for me, I guess that goes back to this idea of purpose. When you live a life that's purpose-driven, you're going to just really want to help others, too. It's not just going to be about achieving your personal goals. Because at the end of the day, if you're living a purpose-driven life, what you're doing in one way or another is also going to help benefit the community that you live in and the people who are around you. And so share that sauce, share those gifts of yours. And I look forward to kind of hearing you guys drop us some feedback on this. It's been really fun to kind of hear your thoughts on our other podcasts. So feel free to tell us what your secret sauce is, and keep us posted on that.
Yeah, for sure. So send that information to davilacafe@gmail.com. And as we head out, we're listening to our latest Spotify playlist, which is called Verano Haitiano. It's definitely, we're commemorating our time in Haiti, but also celebrating the culture of Haiti and Nicaragua and the Caribbean. So check it out. This song is Tunce by El Caribe Funk. Check it out. Until we see you guys soon.
Ciao.
Ciao. Hasta luego.
Bye, guys.